Okay, my second guest, it's Ailon. I'm so happy to actually connect with you on Medium. A few, I think, years ago, 2 years ago, this is how we met. And the thing that connected us actually was Osho for some reason. And it's not often I meet people that love Osho and they are into. So we clicked on that and we had a conversation, I remember. And we've been following each other, and so we know what we are doing. And playfulness has been such a big part of my life and healing process. So since you are a playful facilitator and a clown facilitator and comedian, you are a comedian actually, Ailon. It's been a pleasure to see that you exist and share your gifts with the world, because we all need it. And I'm so happy that you accepted my invitation to come, and I can have a short chat with you about how playfulness is actually the ingredient that brings the juices, the aliveness in an event. Not just like fun bits to do, but also in our approach, how we host and organize.
Yeah.
Ailon, on that note, share with us why playfulness is a practice that we all need, regardless of events or not, or whatever we are doing. Why is this important to actually tap into our playful being regularly? And
so just at a general level, why I run playfulness events is because life as an adult is so serious. Life as an adult is full of stress, deadlines, timetables, commitments, to-do lists, and our responsible adult self gets, well, I can talk about myself, gets very uptight, a little bit fascistic. Oh my God, things are not going according to plan. I made an amazing plan and life has not cooperated with this. And now I'm going to blow my top, my ears are going to explode. So we become, uptight, stressed, in fight or flight, angry. And we all know how unpleasant it is to both be that person and most of all, be around people like that. It's very unpleasant. Because all of us inside still have this inner child, all have this 5-year-old that is actually truly happy when it's relaxed, not in time and space, just in the moment, being silly with our friends, whether that's in a conversation, having a drink, doing a dance, in flow. And really for me, playfulness is a way to let our inner child come alive. It doesn't mean we get rid of our outer adult. We still know what time we have to be somewhere, or we're not going to run away and take a plane to Hawaii with this woman in the workshop that we just met. I mean, I don't know, maybe that might happen, but, we're going to still come back to responsibility. Yeah. It's just about balance. And my work is very much about helping stressed out adults like myself maintain a connection to their inner child and to that playful, free part of themselves.
Because most people will say, but look, Ailon, didn't you see the world out there? It's crazy. It's all going downhill. We need to be serious. It sends this wave of worried people going like, we need to now pay attention, read all the things, sort things out, solutions. And playfulness comes like, why? How is this possible?
I don't think it's either or, it's both.
It's both, yeah.
Still do see, the older I get, the more I just think of that symbol of the yin and yang, and everything is included. It's not either or, it's yes and. So in improv classes, you might not have known this phrase.
Yes
and.
Yeah.
The maturity in life is going, I still need to deal with this most important situation, problem, and still remember other times to have fun, keep this playful spirit. And if you look at any success stories of teams and companies, sports teams or whatever, they'll always say, oh, we just have a laugh together. We're just best mates. There's such good banter. We have fun together. We keep the spirit up. They don't say, well, we really ignore each other and give each other the finger every 3 seconds. And I hate him and I hate,
Yes.
Laughter and play are like, don't know what, it's like some liquid glue that helps people bind together. It's a medium through which we can connect more freely and easily. So it's not about getting rid of serious.
No, it's just to balance it out.
Balance it out and add something into the mix.
Yes.
The mixing agent. It's like a mixing agent. Yeah.
Yes, yes, I like that, a mixing agent. And most events, when you ask what do they want a fun part of it, most events. But then event organizer, they would like, as one I know, they would like to know, what does it mean and what do you need and when it's finished and what do you reach and what are the rules and all of this. And I always find it a bit too strict and doesn't allow any kind of improv and spontaneous joy or laughter or play. And funnily enough, actually, someone like you, it would help to have in an event when you would be let loose a bit, kind of like, and inspire people to come out of their shell, because I'm sure you've done events where you were hired to create a fun activity. How is your experience in that sense with the event planners and events? Is it easy to be playful?
Well, no, you hit the nail on the head. And I totally understand that their job is to organize a timeline through 3 hours where reception, entry, drinks, maybe a meal or a speech from somebody. And then there's like, oh, we want some bonding, or we want the different thing now, because after that, then there's coffee or there's the next speaker. And so they bring in somebody like Ailon and co to do the activity. So I'm very used to being put in sandwich, and my box time is X. So I don't mind that they are like they are, because my job is, when I'm in the room, is to be with the people in the room and to share some spirit. So professionally, most of the time that has happened through running drumming workshops at parties or events that would come along with 50, 100 drums, percussion, instruments, hand them out to people, and just, they don't know. You're going to be part of an orchestra. We might come in playing and they go, oh, there's some musicians. And then in the corner is all this kit. And we have to facilitate people, A, to come over to join in, to take a risk. But really, I've learned after having done many where it just totally bombed, because I was trying to teach or lead it in a certain way or be very organized. I finally found out all I can do is me and my friends who I'm playing with, if we have a good time and radiate some spirit of, we really like this drumming, then all of those who feel that, they come closer, they join in, we even let them come up and be at the front. And then those who are a bit shy, we don't try and corral them, and we can watch and be a bit on the sides. And that way round, spirit spreads. The facilitator is just there to open a door. Here, kids, here are the toys. You shake this one and you tap that one. And then the rest is up to you. And, we still have 2 or 3 things in our kit bag, like a song or a dance. But really, I've just learned we have to share our spirit. So that's my organized way of creating fun. And then a bit more, like you said a moment ago, something a bit more anarchic is to come in as a clown. So I have even been hired at parties to be like a clown on the door. Like security, meet 2 clowns. And, you have a guest list and you don't let people in, or you give them a broom to sweep up, or you mingle with the guests afterwards and you steal their drinks, and you just do silly stuff that releases. So that's very rare, but actually and it's only going to be for certain types of thing.
Indeed.
And just the last thing to say is because I'm reflecting, when I've been asked to be an MC, or as a host, like, my style is very irreverent. And because of clowning, I love things going wrong in the real room. And naming it and going, oh, that happened, or like forgetting what I'm going to say, and just relaxes people. That's the
but this is very much, when you talk about it, it's very much also related to hosting, because when I taught a class on hosting, And my idea is that anyone can host. You don't have to be extrovert or specifically
Right.
outgoing. Anyone can do it if you tap into your own juices and
Yeah.
actually don't force anyone. Exactly like you mentioned, you go and share your own things and you name it. When you do a mistake or something something is going, if you name it, everyone relaxes.
Everyone
The
relaxes.
worst is to pretend that nothing is
Oh.
going wrong.
And that you feel awkward and embarrassed, and then everybody else feels that embarrassment because they think,
Isn't
"Oh
that
my
funny?
God."
They notice straight away. We think no
Yeah.
one noticed, but actually everyone, and they don't know what's going on. So
No.
if you name it, anyone can have a laugh and everything is diffused. It's just relaxed. And I think this is the magic of hosting, that you are just as you are. And also you can get strength from knowing that you actually invite people who like you. Why would you invite people who don't like you? Like, you relax. You're loved. You are yourself. They're there for you. So it's okay. I learned that really a lot for myself, because I would tense and I would sweat and and you can't imagine how many times I tried the right dress that doesn't show
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
until I just went like, you know what, I'm just sweating and this is it. And I would name it and I would cry and I would go, and everyone, it would be so sweet. And you just feel loved, and that's it, as you are, and you relax into it. But I know it is tough. It's not an easy thing, because we have this image of we need to be in control and all composed and proper and da, 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 da. And playfulness is about the opposite. It's just to play.
And I think I can just tell this story about how I learned running my own parties.
Yes, tell us.
Oh, for years, it's all about really formal and planning, and I'm going to get the drinks here and the food there, and then the DJ's coming there, and everything is, you get really busy the organizing day. And God, where are the guests going to arrive? And like, you're just really nervous. And then you've got 3 like sad, lonely people for the first half an hour. Where is everybody? Are they coming? And it's also awkward. I finally learned that the only way that I can create a great party is by enjoying it myself. So after the first hour and a half, I like to drink. So I will start drinking myself. And then I just completely let go of hosting. I go and just say to people, here's the food. Here's the plates, here's the drinks, here's the fridge, here's the freezer, help yourself. And I just get on with having a bloody good time. And I can tell you, the best parties have happened when I have got out the way of being the host and just become the celebrate. I celebrate, and that creates freedom for other people to go for it. And I've seen amazing impromptu singing, dancing, talking about conversations, games in the garden, because I'm no longer standing there like, I'm the guy making the most anarchy in the place to start with. And like, the glass breaks, like I'll make it, yay, rather than, so that took me 20 years to get to this kind of realization that I can't enjoy myself if I'm on standby as the uptight host, checking that everything goes okay. These are all grown-ups, talking about house parties here, but everybody knows where a fridge is and where a plate is. And then people start making more food if it runs out, or someone goes to the shop, or we need more ice. Self-managing teams.
And self-managing, and it becomes something that you do together.
Exactly.
That's another part of the events where I feel like if you're the host and the organizer and you've done everything, it's something like, oh, okay, I've done it, this is mine. But if people help, it's ours. It has a different flavor to it. Everyone wants to participate. Even if we think people are really tired and we are all busy and we can't, but you would be amazed how much support you can get from guests if you allow it. If you just allow it, that this is a thing that we do together. It's not just me, one person holding this whole thing up. It's so much stress and so kind of like, I don't know, like you got it a pride. I've done it. I'm like, yeah, really. And then you collapse. Literally, most of the time, a host collapse at the end. Like, oh my God, this was hard, because they didn't eat. I had a period where I didn't eat as well. I was like, everyone was eating, but I would not eat because I would pay attention to everyone. So until my friends just literally go like, you know what, you need to relax, and they would drag me to the table and now you sit down and eat. And I remember it's an inherited pattern from my grandmother, who was an excellent host.
Right.
However, she always put her needs to the last. She would only do it at the end when no one was there. I was there as a kid and I would see her. So my role model of hosting was that you hold this group, you're really aware of everyone was doing what not, and you allow them to have fun, but you're not really participating. You're just like on the side, kind of holding it. And it's not working for me because I also want to dance on the table. I also want to sing, and I also want to feel it all and let loose. So it took me a few years to just go, okay, it's fine. I can relax. They all love me, actually. They're here to support me. And I am much easier to delegate to just go, can you do that? And if there isn't, it's fine. If it doesn't go according to plan, it's fine. I know it's pure therapy for my control freak. So, events is not just for fun, it's therapy too.
Okay, very good. I like it. Anything can be therapy.
And for me, anything can be there. But for events, I go, okay, now I'm pushing okay. So then it's fun. For me, it's fun, not for everyone. But what would you recommend for event planners who are a bit, which I understand the whole, and you agree that we need to be careful with time management and all of this and juggle many things.
Yeah.
But I feel that there is a missing of playfulness in the approach of planning, but also how you host it, and to trust that things will be okay, because you can't control everything. So what would you advise to someone that is like really worried that things will not go according to plan, and what will happen? Besides joining one of your workshops, which will be the magic.
Yeah. I mean, one thing to say is there's no substitute for experience. It's like when I started running these drumming events for 5 years, I followed this very strict process, whether it worked or not, and then would either go home happy or in massive disaster mode, till I realized, oh my God, I can't control it anymore. It has to fall apart before this new way can kind of arise. So there's no way to just go to some brand new virgin event planner.
Yeah.
Just smoke and drink and just sit on the side and just let it all take care. You can't, you can only get to with experience. Yeah. And the other thing is, are the event planners you're thinking of people running something at home or an organized event for a client?
But also organized for clients. Of course, I am hired by clients and they want a specific thing, and I do it as they want it. It's okay. This is how they want it. It's fine. But I always stand, and luckily I've been hired for events that how do I call it? They are not obsessed. They are comfortable that things don't go okay, they'll be fine. So they are not really like every millisecond. But I'm thinking of maybe corporate events, or maybe something that is like, I don't know, even a conference, or something that is more serious, as they say. And I've seen conferences, and I've seen places that incorporate playfulness and deeper connection, but it's so rare, like once in my life.
Very rare.
Very rare. And those are the best ones.
Yeah.
But yet is not in it. So what would you, the advice, it would be, okay, the experience that at one point you get bored by this.
Yeah, exactly, the event plan. And then it is about, and this sounds like I'm trying to promote myself or people like me, but it's often the quality of the guest or the contributors that you bring along. So for example, could you take a risk to have 20 minutes of two clowns during the tea and coffee break milling around, for example? Not to create a disaster or destroy the event, but just to put a 5% smidgen of humor. Would you have a bit of entertainment that's interactive, whether it's singing or a dance or some drumming or something that's just very good for communal bonding? If things like that, or if your main speaker is really dry and boring, that's just going to drive people off the cliff, so to speak. So have you got a lively speaker to lift the spirit, who might do something a bit unpredictable themselves? The event planner is limited in what they can do. You're like the referee standing on the side, blowing the whistle, going here, there. You need the center forward, the Lionel Messi or the whatever, to do some magic. So that might be who you bring in. I'm not pretending it's easy. It's like, what
Yeah.
ingredients can you add to the event to just give it some seasoning, some spice,
Yes.
maybe a shot of tequila, metaphorically.
Metaphor. Or actually, even realistically, at some
Or
point I was
realistically by
thinking,
the end.
yeah,
But I've worked with billions of corporate events also
yes,
doing mindfulness and well-being, and I
yeah,
feel how stiff people are,
yeah,
how dry they are. If I try and make them do something a bit
yeah,
silly, they're very resistant.
yeah,
It's not easy. Let's not pretend for a minute. It's
wow,
easy to take a group of people at a work event in the day with no alcohol
yeah,
and just get them to be above 6 out of 10 in terms of their enjoyment. They
yeah.
probably don't want to be there all day sometimes.
Yes, yeah, yeah. But most people work events. If I did a little small survey, they all were like, "No, we don't like it because it's so boring." But yet, no one is doing something about it. I just go, "Okay, you just need to spice it up now. Take it out of your comfort zone, or talk what is needed." I think sometimes with the events, what I find is that we lose track of what we actually want. What is the goal of this? If it's
Wow.
fun, then let's make it fun. If it's
Yeah.
connection, let's make it connection,
Yeah.
if it's showing off that how good we are, okay, then
Yeah.
we do what
Yeah.
that. But own it. You kind of like, this is the event for that. And you
Awesome.
do, every action should be literally supporting this goal. Everything, in every part of the event, the food, the drinks, the music, whatever should reflect that. And then it's like, then I go, oh, this is an authentic thing. It's like, it's juicy. And
I
it
think
doesn't
that's
even have
amazing.
to be extravagant. Actually, extravagant is not the word that I'm looking for. It's more that it's original and
No, what you've just said
awesome.
is the answer to your question. It is just
Yeah.
that, owning it, having a central
Yeah.
thread of the spirit,
Yeah.
of the vibe, of the flavor, of the goal, and then you're well on your way. You don't want it to be an extreme thing where everything is too forced in that direction.
Yeah.
But I think you've hit the nail on the head. Own it, own it.
Own it.
And
Own it.
sometimes we do see a company saying, "Yeah, we're going out on a celebration thing, and we're going to go mad for karaoke or whatever," and they'll take some staff out to do something
Yeah.
to celebrate that. It's often when it's all in a dry room and you've got people coming, some who work there, some are family, some are not necessarily related. And I think organizers often don't know how to bring these different groups together. And then it's like there are these separate
Yeah.
energies in the room.
Yeah. I think this is where you need a facilitator. This is where you actually need someone to bring people together.
Yeah.
Because once the people know each other, like when you would do it in your friends, they know each other, they're relaxed, they'll find a way. But if they are separate entities in the room and they don't know how to
That's where musical activities, interactive music is so good, because it just does that, forces people into that experience.
Yeah.
And something will come out of it. So it's not easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy. But I hope more people will think of events in a way that it's not in a dry, mechanic way, automatic, standardized way. It's something that is a reflection of yourself and the entity that you represent, and to embrace all the parts. And playfulness is a big part of it. So, and everyone, including me, I should go clowning shop with you because I'll sweat my pants off, definitely. And realize a lot. It's quite healing. You also call it actually clown healing workshop.
Exactly.
It's
Because
not just fooling around. You're actually doing some work.
Well, I'm not trying to teach people to become performers. I'm trying to take regular adults to get out of their box and free this inner child part and let all these weird emotions that as adults we never express, like embarrassment, disappointment, frustration. In clown, great clown characters just express all these grumpy emotions.
Yeah.
And every time one of us in the room does that, everybody else is so pleased to see another human being just playfully be real.
Be real, indeed.
That's the healing dimension of clowning. It's a way to get into all these feelings that we just, in polite civilized society, we go, oh no, everything's fine, I'm great, my life. I mean, I planned it and it's even better than I planned it. Can't tell you how good it, but actually, you know, that's how we come to go, I'm fine. How are you? I'm fine. You know, who really says the truth? It's like, yeah, so clowning is healing because we get to just pull out all the weeds and enjoy it all the way.
Enjoy. Yeah. Well, I love your work. And we haven't talked about speaking too, because you do a workshop on speaking. It's speaking from the heart, you call it.
From the heart, yeah.
Yeah. Which will be very good for actually speeches, and because they tend to be a bit boring sometimes at the events, you know. So I shall recommend you. I can't wait for someone to hire me to just go, okay, do you know someone?
Yeah.
Because I know someone.
Yeah.
I think this is the new wave towards more wholesome and more aliveness in our events and our daily life.
Yeah, and more real.
More real, yeah, more realistic. Not some perfected AI kind of looking events. No, we want the messy, real things.
Messy, yeah.
Yeah, messiness. That should be my Nora's event. Messy events. I mean, imagine.
Have people come in and start to do some tidying up as they arrive, you know. Like leave the table, here's the cutlery, can you just lay the table? That could be a place to start, who knows?
Give me a good idea now. Okay, well, thank you so much, Ailon, for this conversation. I know we could talk about this for long, and it's such a fun and playful and nice way to connect to you. And keep at it. I'm very happy that you're alive and kicking and sharing your gifts with the world, and I know where to find you.
Thank you.